What's up guys, it's They Coming, and today we're going to be taking an in-depth look into the 8.5 strategy. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent watching other guides for 8.5 on YouTube and discussing this amongst leadership at Boston Tea Party. I wrote this guide several months ago and I've revised it twice now to complement the meta shift in the October 2016 update. 8.5 is something that I've personally practiced and have coached many players to follow. With all of this in mind, I'm willing to stake my class reputation by saying I believe this to be the most complete and objective 8.5 guide on YouTube for the current meta game. Understand that this is a war-centered strategy, and if you do not war often, go on playing the game the way that you want to play it. If you just play the game to farm, build whatever you want. This strategy is purely war-oriented, and if you're not warring, there is no reason to do this. So, what exactly is 8.5? Using the 8.5 strategy or the 0.5 strategy for any town hall level essentially means that you heavily prioritize your laboratory and royal upgrades and carefully delay defensive upgrades. Going down the 0.5 route for any town hall means that you have completely maxed your previous town hall. Not maxing will put you at a disadvantage when using this strategy. Now, why should we do this? You're doing this to slow down the growth of your war weight. Your war weight is the determining factor for how you match other clans. When your clan goes to war, the game looks at all the participating villages and assigns each a weight based on the defenses built or upgraded, royal levels, and laboratory upgrades. Many people have built war weight calculators. However, myself and others have all noticed inconsistencies in almost every calculator out there. Also, with the advent of the friendly war feature to the game, carefully calculating war weight in this way isn't really necessary anymore. The people arranging a war will be on their honor to balance the teams and agree to the matchup. Here is a rough formula for how war weight is calculated. About 80% of your weight has to do with your defensive structures and upgrades. This excludes walls, which have a minimal impact on your war weight. The other 20% would be your offensive upgrades, including troop and spell upgrades, royal upgrades, or unlocking a new troop or spell for the first time. Immediately, you notice that your defensive weight contributes far more than your offensive weight. However, there are a few offensive upgrades that carry enormous weight, and I will list those later in the video. So, now that we know what your war weight is, let's talk about the clan weight. This number is the sum of all village weights that are in the war and will determine the clan that you match with. With the current matchmaking algorithm, building 8.5, 9.5, and 10.5 is an overall excellent decision. Beware, if you're the only player in your clan practicing this strategy, you are not likely to notice a change in matchmaking favor. Now, what does this mean and what does it not mean? This does not mean that your direct opponent in war, meaning your mirror, say you're number 10, if you look at the enemy number 10, this does not mean that your mirror in war will be an opposing 8.5. What this does mean is that your overall clan weight is going to be lower and thus pull easier opponents. Another thing that this means is that you are likely to have a town hall advantage in war. If your clan has, let's say, 6 town hall 9s, the other clan is likely to have 4 or 5 town hall 9s. This gives you an offensive advantage. One of your town hall 9s, your lowest, can then bully a town hall 8 for an easy 3-star. Now, let's talk about your goals for 8.5. And there are a few. The first goal is to be stronger on offense than you are on defense, but in a very calculated fashion. Keep your laboratory busy at all times, focusing on your war troops first. For War Center players, upgrading your barbarians and your archers is not a priority in the early stages of 8.5. Upgrade your royals, prioritizing your queen whenever possible. And this I can't stress enough. Serious war players constantly dump every ounce of their dark elixir into their royals, basically whenever they get a chance. Next, and this kind of goes with what I was saying before, always look for dark elixir. While farming, you should always be looking for bases with plenty of DE. I suggest only taking raids with 2500 DE or greater unless there is a combined 1 million gold and elixir in the base. If you are not finding enough DE in your current league, I've found that Crystal 1 through 3 has a lot of easy DE. Try farming there for a while. Next, try to keep one builder free at all times. This will allow you to perform that split-second royal upgrade that you will definitely want to do sometimes. Also, it will allow you to dump any excess gold and elixir into your walls, which leads me to my next point. Dump your extra resources into your walls from day one and do it often. Good walls alone can stop poorly planned attacks. Level 9 walls are a big improvement defensively, and as a wall upgrade has minimal effect on your war weight, working on them early is going to benefit you greatly in the 8.5 route. Also, consider this overarching concept throughout the course of this video, and as you're doing 8.5, hopefully yourself. If you can't 3-star it, don't build it. If you have level 3 expos, that means that you are pulling weight so that the enemy can also carry level 3 expos. Now, it doesn't always work out in the mirror fashion like we discussed, but that weight that you are unable to 3-star yourself is going to be put on one of your teammates, and he will be required to pick up your slack, so to speak. Follow me? So, if you can't 3-star it, don't build it. All right, guys. So, I think we've covered most of what we need to cover. And without further ado, the ultimate 8.5 guide. All right, guys, so let's get this thing started. First, when you begin Town Hall 9, you should have max storages. It is highly recommended to enter Town Hall 9 with all of your storages maxed to give you the boost in the beginning. This will be particularly helpful in kickstarting your queen. Also, mind that you will be incurring a loot penalty when attacking Town Hall 8s, and since attacking Town Hall 9s is going to be more difficult for you in the early phases, you definitely want to have your storages maxed to give you the boost. Also, if you can afford a 5th builder hut, you might consider buying one. It isn't mandatory, but it will definitely be helpful in keeping up with some of these extra upgrades as you go. Also, upgrading your DE pumps to max level somewhere in phase 2 is going to help you a lot. This will be a significant investment for the remainder of your Clash life. 2 max pumps will give you 4,800 free DE every single day, and this will more than offset any DE losses you may incur from enemy raids. Now, let's talk about phase 1. Phase 1. First, you're going to want to do your laboratory, your spell factory, your clan castle, and your queen. With 4 builders, you should be able to hit all of these at the same time, and these are going to be crucial. If your dark elixir storage is maxed, you'll be able to knock off that queen to level 3 pretty much right off the bat. Next, getting all of your army camps up to the next level. It's going to give you 220 troop space, and this is a big improvement for your offensive capacity, and it adds no weight to your village. Next, go ahead and take care of your gold and elixir storages. Go ahead and upgrade the new gold and elixir storage to max level. Just get this out of the way, guys. It adds a lot of hit points to your village, and you can use those high hit point structures to defend other important defenses. Now, the last one is optional, but you can choose to do your dark elixir storage to level 6. This is kind of an expensive elixir upgrade, so if you want to go ahead and get it out of the way, cool, but you basically are going to want to do it at the latest when you need to expand that DE storage in order to do your next queen or king upgrade. Next, phase 2. Put your new air defense down and get it straight to level 6. Build all of your new traps after that, and max all of your traps. Your spring traps, however, can stay at level 3. At level 3, they're able to eject 2 Valkyries, and beyond that, they don't really offer that much by way of a defensive improvement. And then next, and this is a big update to match the current meta, is to max your bomb tower. A maxed bomb tower is going to help you defend against the Hog Rider, which has received a significant buff in the recent update. You definitely want to have that bomb tower maxed out in order to defend as best as possible against these hog attacks, because I think you're going to be seeing in a high level scene a lot more hog heavy raids coming. At least we have in Boston Tea Party. After the bomb tower, go ahead and do your air sweeper straight to level 4. The air sweeper carries very little weight, and it will definitely help you defend against some air attacks. Next, put your new Tesla down and get it straight to level 6. All the while, you should have been working on your queen, getting her to level 10, and also, whenever you have some spare resources, building your new walls and beginning to upgrade all of those walls to level 9. Like I said before, level 9 walls are a great improvement to your defense because they will stop poorly planned attacks, and they add little to no weight to your base. Next, phase 3. Put your new archer tower down and get it straight to level 10. After that, do your wizard tower, get it straight to level 6. After that, max all of your Teslas to level 7. And after that, max all of your cannons. Now, this was a change that I made in a previous schedule because of the Hog Rider buff, and because we are seeing that ground at Town Hall 9 is such a powerful force, especially for early Town Hall 9 players. The Hog is a very easy troop to upgrade one time and be very dominant with. A cannon is going to help you stop Hog Riders more than upgrading your archer towers first, because cannons have more hit points, and at max level, they do more damage than archer towers. All the while, during this phase, upgrading your Archer Queen first to level 15, and then after she is all the way to 15, start doing your Barbarian King all the way to level 15. Additionally, throughout this phase, finishing all your level 9 walls. Now, this is an optional step. At the end of this phase, you can choose to upgrade your Dark Elixir Barracks, both of them, to level 5 to unlock the Witch. Now, the Witch carries an enormous amount of war weight, and this is something that you're definitely going to want to consider. If you're having problems 3-starring with standard Goho or Govaho attacks, I do not recommend upgrading to unlock the Witch, and I certainly would not upgrade her in the laboratory, because this is going to increase your weight significantly. Now, the Witch, since the October 2016 update, the Witch has received a long overdue buff. Giant Bombs will not one-shot her anymore, and how she fits into the current meta is yet to be determined, but I think it's safe to say that we'll see some Witch play. If you're struggling, like I said, with Goho or Govaho, hold off on this. The Hog Rider is still a much stronger troop, and if you just stick to those hog-based attacks, you're gonna be doing a lot better. All right, so let's move on to phase number 4. Phase number 4 starts with Expos. Drop both of them and put them down to level 1. At this point, once you drop those Expos, you are no longer an 8.5. You have crossed the Town Hall 9 threshold. You are considered a full 9. And when you drop these Expos, your weight is going to go up significantly. So be ready for that. After you put down your Expos, go ahead and max your Wizard Towers and max your ADs. Now, I say max your Wizard Towers before ADs because a max level Wizard Tower is going to have a lot more hit points, and it's going to, again, help defend against Hog Riders. After that, max your ADs to level 7. And next, begin working on your level 10 walls. This is going to take you a long time. So the sooner that you get rolling on these, and the sooner that you just start biting the bullet and putting 3 million a piece into these wall pieces, you're going to be feeling a lot better. Of course, the entire time during phase 4, first getting your Archer Queen to level 20. After she is level 20, getting your Barbarian King to level 20. And at the very end of phase 4, if you wish, you can upgrade your Dark Elixir Barracks to unlock the Lava Hound. Now, if you're not really interested in air, or if you don't think that you're going to be an air guy just yet, you can hold off on upgrading for the Hound to keep your weight a little bit lower. To my knowledge, the Hound does not carry a lot of weight himself, but to get to the Hound, you have to unlock the Witch. So that's sort of where the trick is. All right, so moving on to Phase 5. Phase 5, first, you take your Expos and upgrade them to level 2. This is going to be another large weight jump for you, but you should be able to handle it with 2020 heroes under your belt. After that, maxing all of your archer towers, and after that, maxing all of your mortars. Of course, while this is going on, you should be doing your Archer Queen to level 25 first, followed by your Barbarian King to level 25. And after this, go ahead and get your Expos to level 3. You are ready when you have 25 heroes to put down level 3 Expos, and you are a max defense Town Hall 9. After those Expos are level 3, definitely work on the home stretch, getting your Archer Queen to level 30, followed by your Barbarian King to level 30. And the last thing that everyone works on in Town Hall 9 is getting those darn walls maxed out. Guys, it takes a lot of work. I know from personal experience. It's taking me a while to go ahead and finish those walls. But anyways, guys, this has been a Town Hall 8.5 strategy guide, one that I'm very proud of and I put a lot of work and thought into. And it's something that, I think everyone should practice. Let's go back and look at a couple key moments of this build, and I'll explain why it's so important. Phase 2 is a crucial phase in this strategy guide. For the remainder of Town Hall 9, I recommend keeping one builder free at all times, like I said, for dumping resources into your walls or beginning your next royal upgrade. The defensive upgrades in Phase 2 will prevent easy bully attacks. When you build your 4th AD, you prevent someone from using a double Zapquake and taking 3 free easy stars. Level 9 walls spell the end for Go Wipe, and I know we all hate Go Wipe. Basically, the weight that you gain in Phase 2 is minimal, and it's a big part of what allows 8.5 to work. Next, let's talk about Phase 4 briefly. This is usually the turning point for many players. If you're still struggling to 3-star opponents in war, stick to ground attacks and hold off upgrading your DE barracks a little longer. But if you're that darn good, you can move this step to Phase 3. Finally, Phase 5, guys. This is going to take the longest. Your royal upgrades will cost 120 DE or more per level. Your walls will cost 3 million gold or elixir apiece. And the upgrades listed should come in the order that you see them, with the exception of walls. Walls should be worked on for the entire duration of TH9, and again, I'll say it one more time, keep this one free builder open for walls or royal upgrades. I've personally done this myself, and I have no regrets about it. Guys, I hope that you've enjoyed my Town Hall 8.5 guide, and I hope you see a lot of success and favorable matchups inside of your clan wars. Take care. See you later.